are the Cat Mom.
Cat parents, cat communication skills. Welcome to Diary of a Cat Mom. A long time ago, my friend had this cat who was peeing on everything, on handbags, on towels, on sofas. So as she moved to a new house, what she did, she put the cat who was peeing and the other cats she had in her bigger office so that they would live in the office. And they had 3 beautiful windows and a really big room and beds and cat furniture and cat trees, their litter box, the best food and everything. But the cat who was peeing was fighting with the other cat all the time and tried to dominate the other cat, and it was a male and a female, but the smaller female dominated the male. Like every day she had cat fights, and the more they had cat fights, the more the female peed everywhere. So my friend really came to the point where she was on the edge. So I took the female to give my friend a break and to give the kitty a break. And as I had the female cat in my house in a separate room, was just her room. She had her own window, her own bed and litter box and water and the cat tree. She did not pee and she was totally peaceful. So I was wondering what made her being so different at my friend's house, where she was fighting with the male cat all the time and peeing everywhere. And one day I came into the room after I had petted my own cats, and I assume I smelled like them. And immediately this female cat was, after I touched her, hissing at me and then went into the corner and peed. And I realized it was not the other cat what made her being different, but it was she didn't want to be with any cat. Like it was only the smell. There was no cat in the room. So she wanted to be alone in a household and she didn't want to have other cats in the household. And that really made me think, because my friend had her for many years and my friend always had more than one cat, and she never tried to separate the cats so that the cats would be in separate rooms and check if that would minimize the fights they had or the peeing seeking. And it really made me realize, the more I understand how my cats communicate and what they're communicating, the more I can make a difference between aggression and safety in my multi-cat household, but also realized for my friends' multi-cat households that oftentimes what seems is perhaps not what is. What I found is that my cat's ability to live in peace is really depending on my ability to interpret what my cats are communicating with each other, and then taking a more neutral approach to it as to emotionally giving in and just focusing on the results, but not identifying the cause. Did you ever experience that what you saw in the first place with your cats was not what really happened in the background? And what did you learn from it? And what did you take as the next steps? I would love to hear about that. So please share in the comments. I always love learning more about how I can create a better life quality for my cats and for myself. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Diary of a Cat Mom. There's always another lesson, another story, another insight ready to be shared right around the corner. Check my next video above and join me for my next entry. Bye.
Diary of a Cat Mom.